Hey, what's going on, guys? Leather here. So we'll talk about some Skirk stuff today. So if you're interested, thank you for tuning in on the video. So Skirk is coming in like a 2 days time from when I'm recording this video. So let's get right into it. We're not gonna talk about the team. Sorry, we're not gonna talk about the kit today. I already talked about the entire kit, how it functions, and everything in details in my one of my previous videos. You can go check that out if you want. But today we'll strictly talk about the teams, weapons, and artifacts. So yeah, let's get right into it. So I already prepared here a chart, I mean a tier list for the teams and weapons. So yeah, let's just jump into it real quick. So Skirk is basically a character that will do a little bit more damage than Ayaka, like 15 to 20% approx. But she has quality of life. She is not clunky like Ayaka. She does not require the enemy to like not move to do all the damage like Ayaka does. So in that way, she is a little bit better than Ayaka. But yeah, so Escoffier was like one of the best characters for private teams that like came out. She's like really good. So that's like Skirk's team's 50% damage. If you don't have Escoffier, you will lose 50% of the Skirk's team's total DPS. So you will lose her sub DPS, you will lose on the res thread that will help Skirk do more damage. So yeah, that's like more than 50% damage you're losing there. So this is really like you don't really have an option there. If you don't have Escoffier, you're like kind of cooked. Like there's nothing else to do, nothing to do, like literally cooked, nowhere to go. So yeah, so if you don't have her and you want to play Skirk, definitely make sure you get her in a rerun because her band is already gone. But it is what it is. You have to like wait until the rerun. That's about it. With Escoffier, if you play Furina in the team, that's like insane synergy. Escoffier can heal team wide. Furina need if you heal with Furinas, that's like a lot of healing and full stacks of the fanfare. So that's more damage on top of that. And Skirk also intensify you to play mono cryo team, like sorry, not mono cryo team, only hydro and cryo team, like freeze team. So there you only want more hydro and cryo characters. So Furina fits in there perfectly. So these two are like the bread and butter in the Skirk in a Skirk team. You need Furina and you need Escoffier. And the fourth slot is flexible somewhat. The best options are going to be like Yelan is going to be one of the best options, but you can swap a lot of this like with like Senhe, which by the way Senhe won't fit in a Skirk team that well like she does in Ayaka rotation, so the rotation will be very clunky. You can also use the defensive option like Sitlali, which will provide you a little bit more damage bonus. But make sure whatever you do, just play freeze team. Do not use any other element characters. So for example, let's say, who do I say? Like Chi, right? Chi, you using let's say what's a different element character? A good like Ceylon, right? She is a universal buffer of rest, red and stuff like Kazuha. So let's say you are using Ceylon in a Skirk team and Chi in a Skirk team. The team that is using Chi will do more damage. Like seriously, the team that is using Chi will do more damage than the team that's using Ceylon. It's like that much different. So make sure you are using that team, and just you can just use any other 5 star or 4 star, like anything, like any cryo or hydro character. It doesn't really matter. The recommended ones are here. Use one of these. The Ayaka Nivelator, they are like they can just do damage for free. It's not that like recommended, but the main recommended ones are on the top tier. Singcho also works if you don't have Yelan, but Yelan works better a little bit. But yeah, Sitlali also works. So that's about it. If you're looking for a team, these two are like the bread and butter, and these are the like fourth slot options, a little bit flexible. So with that out of the way, before talking about the weapons, let's talk about the artifacts, which is like important if we want to talk about the weapons first. So let's get right into the section here. Let's see here. So Skirk has two options really. The finale of the deep set, which is a signature set, and the Marisosa set, which is an artifact from version 4.0. So both of these works perfectly on her, but keep in mind to activate the Marisu set, you need Furina on team every time, no exception. But for this set, it's like the signature set. You can use her whenever you want. Also, a thing to keep in mind with my resource set, you can overcap on crit if you use the critted weapons like jade cutter or something. So yeah, that's another thing to keep in mind. If you want to use this set, you cannot use those weapons. If you are not someone not planning to pull the weapon, you not play and you are planning to use a crit rate weapon, you might as well farm the new set, because this set will like have diminishing returns with that much crit rate, that will be wasted stats, so you might as well just use the new set. So the Marcel set is good in a way, because if the new domain is not optimal for you, if the new domain has something like the plunge set, right? New domain has plunge set. The plunge set is only usable on like Sav and what's the new character, Veresa. If you don't have either of those, the plunge set is literally useless for you. So you might not want to farm this new set, which in that case the Marcel set will be better option for you. Like that, the Marcel set is like a little bit ahead, like around 5% or even less ahead than the Final of the Deep in like best case scenarios. But if you overcap on crit, that's not really a question, you want to use the other side. So make sure you don't overcap on crit, or if you can manage that, you can use the Marisource, or you can use this one as well if you're overcapping on crit. But yeah, that's about it for the artifact session. After that, we can now talk about the weapons. So that was the context we needed for the weapon that we're going to talk about. So yeah, let's go for the weapons now. So this weapon, let's straight up go to the stats and stuff, and we'll talk about that. This has like 22% crit rate, which is on the lower end. So with this, you can use the Marisource set and not worry about overcapping. This is fine. This is obviously going to be our best in slot. So yeah, it's also going to be like 20% better than the previous options, which is nice. Like not yeah, 20% better straight up, not than the 5 stars, but like the 4-star free options. But yeah, next option you have these three. Among these three, all of them work similarly, like similar damage output. These two also compare with them in this 5 like similar damage output. But I do recommend using the Mist Splitter because it gives you freedom on the crit rate and stuff. On the other hand, if you use Haran or the Jade Cutter, as you know, this one has 33% crit rate, this one has 44% crit rate, which is like you cannot use the Marisource set on that. So yeah, it's really hard to it's really easy to overcap, so it's hard to use the Marisource set. So I like the Mist Splitter in that case. So these other two 4-star free options. So the Finale of the Deep. So let's see here. What is the Finale of the Deep? Yeah, this one. The Finale of the Deep is attack 27% attack, and when using an elemental skill, attack will be increased by 12%, and a bond of life is worth 25% of maximum will granted. This effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds. When the bond of life is created, as a maximum one will increase. Okay, this weapon, this is like, this will be like one of our good 4-star options, one of our best 4-star options. This is pretty good. And another one, let's see here, this one, the other one, which is what is it, Calamity of Issue, this one. So you do keep in mind, you do need a shield for this one. So maybe you need Citlali on team. You cannot use like someone like Zhongli. Keep in mind, you need a Cryo or Hydro character. So you need like Citlali on team to use this. But this is also pretty good. Normal and charge attack increased by 40%. By the way, if you lose the shield, you will lose this damage. So Citlali's shield is also not that strong, so it's not really recommended, not reliable. So either just stick with the 5 stars, or stick with the 5 stars as in like these 3 options, or just use the Finale of the Deep. Like Calamity of Issue is not recommended in that sense. But yeah, other 2 options are like statistics options. Any of the ones you can use, which has like high stats. This has like highest stats, like 88% crit damage. This one also have 4% crit rate. You can use them for stats. But that's about it for the weapon options. These are your options. But yeah, if you have any other questions regarding the build, let me know in the comments. She's coming out in like 2 days. Good luck with the pulls if you're pulling. But yeah, I'll see you on the next one with that. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.